Lakers starters: Smush Parker, Vujasic, Walton, Odom, Kwame Brown. Zen Master did not put Zeng Zhen, who had performed well in the first two games, in the starting lineup. Zen Master is very old-fashioned, and he does not make lineup changes easily. Suns starters: Nash, Lagerbielke, Marion, Kurt Thomas, Dia. Stoudemire early this season due to injury reimbursement, which makes the Suns' strength also slipped a little, or the Lakers face that kind of sun win will be lower. The first down was initiated by the Lakers. After bringing the ball up court, Smash Parker gave it to Kwame Brown down low. Kwame Brown turns and hooks after leaning on Dio. Swish. Easily scored. The first teamer scores the occasional goal, and he's been working hard to prove he's not a waterboy. Then, the Lakers defended another Suns round, and Smush Parker scored on an easy break of his own. The Lakers then started 4-0. But soon the Sun reacted. Nash gave Lagerbielke, Marion, and Dia each an open three-point shot with sharp passes, and they all capitalized, making 3 straight triples. The Lakers' offense was a bit cut off while the Sun offense was on a roll, and they acquired some open looks, but couldn't capitalize on any of them. Smush Park doesn't have much individual offense, he doesn't change much for the defense, and then the Lakers' offensive organization doesn't get organized. The Sun didn't miss a beat when the Lakers picked up the iron. The Sun scored 2 more open cuts in quick succession on the next 2 possessions, with Kwame Brown's defense not quite as effective inside, and his reaction still too slow against Marion's open cuts with Kurt Thomas. The score became 13-4. The Zen Master quickly called a halt to the game. The Lakers played so badly, it was like they had no soul. Without Kobe on the field with Zeng Zhen, they're always messing around. It's very similar to the first 2 games, depending on whether the Zen Master will send in Zeng Zhen later. I don't think it's that soon, it's not even time for the rotation yet. Zen Masters are archaic. The fans are talking about it. As the fans said, the Zen Master has not immediately let Zeng Zhen debut, he just adjusted the interior, let Bynum go up to replace Kwame Brown first, and then changed the lower Lakers' defensive tactics. After the timeout came back, the Lakers' offense still didn't improve much, and they still couldn't shoot from the outside. Whether it's Vujasic or Walton, they're not the type of strong shooting players who need someone to create openings for them to take a shot. Smush Parker tried to come up with his own shot against Nash's defense, but he didn't have good hands either and had to keep breaking to the basket. The Sun doesn't have Stoudemire, but Kurt Thomas is no match for the defense formed by Marion, and the two of them are very disruptive to Smush Parker. Smush Parker is also very inefficient on the break and his layups are always interfered with. The Suns' outside firepower continues to be on fire, and with Nash threading the needle, their offense is running like clockwork. Nash found 2 opportunities of his own, hitting 3 of each. Nash doesn't take many shots, but he basically takes them whenever he's open, and he's shooting 51.6% on 2-pointers and 44% on 3s this season. Keep in mind, he's a guard, more of an outside shooter, and that's a much higher percentage than a lot of power forward players. The score came to 24-10 with 5:12 to play in the first quarter, with the Lakers trailing by as many as 14 points at home. Once again, the Zen Master called a decisive halt to the game. Staples Arena was struck quiet, and the expressions on the faces of the Lakers players on the court were very grave. Bynum is even more frustrated, although he came on this time the Lakers' interior defense slightly better, but the Suns' tempo is too fast, either 3 points or counter-attack scoring. He was not able to defend 1 or 2 balls did not help the team to change the situation on the court. Honestly, the fans at Staples Arena were very disappointed to watch the Lakers fall behind by 14 points yet again. The Lakers have been in a period of struggle since O'Neal left, and they've slipped too far, not to mention winning a championship, and trying to make the playoffs is tough. Teams like the Suns that aren't very strong inside can easily hammer them with an O'Neal caliber player. Unfortunately, there's no more O'Neal. Fark, what the hell was that fight? This bunch of losers can all be laid off. I paid all this money to show me this. A subfire to watch. You can't block on the outside, you can't block on the inside. The offense is impotent. The fans were all screaming and cursing as well. Go on Sogajin ah. Zeng. Zeng. We need Zeng. Once again, the fans at the venue rang out with the same neat chants as in the previous game. The Zen Master also focused on Zeng Zhen. The Zen Master's original plan was to wait until Zeng Zhen made his debut with about 3 minutes to play and let Zeng Zhen play with the second lineup. It just seems to be getting a little out of hand right now. Zeng, you're on for smash Parker. Zen Master said. Zeng Zhen stood up, ripped off his sweatpants, and came over to the Zen Master ready to make his entrance. You'll go up there later with a chance to score, and if it's Steve's defense, you'll play solo. Now we need to open things up quickly. And, of course, on the defensive end, disrupt Steve's rhythm and don't let him play the tandem too easily. The Zen Master put his left hand on Zeng Zhen's shoulder and kept bugging him in the ear. Zeng Zhen nodded, okay. The Zen Master had very high expectations of him. Zeng Zhen understood this as a sign of importance to him. Beep. The game is back on. Zeng Zhen is in direct opposition to Nash. Looking at Nash, Zeng Zhen began to get excited. He's facing a 2-time MVP winner, a top point guard, an organizational guru. Nash locked eyes with Zeng Zhen for a moment and he smiled. Nash knows the news these days, and he knows that Zeng Zhen has been hot lately. Nash wanted to see if the rookie was really as strong as the media wrote. It would be cool to blow him up and say welcome to the NBA to him. Nash also has some bad taste. Laker offense. Odom sends the ball to Zeng Zhen. As soon as Zeng Zhen got the ball, it wasn't Nash who was defending him, it was Lagabelle. Lagabelle applauded and shouted at Zeng Zhen, "Rookie, you're going to be so hard tonight, so hard that you're going to want to die." After saying that, Lagabelle immediately plastered Zeng Zhen, not giving him any room to strike. Lagabelle made his living in the NBA by playing defense and dropping the occasional three on the offensive end. When he came to the Suns, the team needed him to do both of those things. Bang! Zeng Zhen did feel a huge defensive pressure, but he was very calm, and after releasing the ball, he quickly adjusted his back dribble to dive and accelerate to the arc position. Instead of sticking to the ball, Zeng Zhen gave it to Bynum, who came out to meet the ball. After giving the ball out, Zeng Zhen quickly made a counter run pretending to cut inside, but actually going towards Bynum, pulling away the space with Lagabelle. Lagabelle went after Zeng Zhen in a frenzy. But he hit a wall. Bang! Bynum was well timed to get between Zeng Zhen and Lagabelle. While blocking the man, Bynum made a hand pass to Zeng Zhen. The moment he received the pass, Zeng Zhen made a quick push shot from the right three-point position. Dio, who was assisting the defense, was a little slow to pounce. Zeng Zhen's strikes were so fast that Dio didn't have much of a reaction. The basketball made a wonderful rainbow. Swish! An arrow through the heart. 24-13. It was another three-pointer, the first of the night for the Lakers, and Zeng Zhen opened the scoring. Hoo hoo! Nice job. Great shot, just hit it. There were cheers again at Staples Arena. Instead of celebrating, Zeng Zhen quickly threw himself into defense. Nash received the ball and advanced to the front court at a quick pace. Zeng Zhen isn't exactly the physical type of defender, and he's not putting much pressure on Nash. Nash kept looking for his teammates while dribbling down the court. Kurt Thomas came up to cover, Zeng Zhen was blocked, and Odom switched to Nash's defense. Nash with a ground ball to Kurt Thomas. Kurt Thomas is 206 and he's a mismatch when he hits Zeng Zhen. Zeng Zhen went straight for a cut of Kurt Thomas's ball, which didn't work, but Zeng Zhen forced Kurt Thomas to collect the ball. Kurt Thomas went to the basket and challenged Bynum to a strong finish. There was some confrontation, the referee didn't whistle, Bynum interfered and the shot went wide. Zeng Zhen rushes the ball to the other side and controls the rebound quickly. Zeng Zhen is now playing point guard on the court with the ball in his hands. After dribbling up court, Zeng Zhen continued to face Lagabelle's frantic winding, and Zeng Zhen greeted Bynum as he came up to cover. Bynum continues to be brought up. Bang! Another block, and Lagabelle even gets fucked to the ground this time, and the referee doesn't blow it. Zeng Zhen dives in with a low hand change and bursts through Bynum's cover. Zeng Zhen's breakthrough attracted the Suns' inner circle, but Zeng Zhen came with a high throw before the clampdown was completed. It's a very well written throw. The basketballs all arc wonderfully as well. Swish. 24-15. Precision through the heart. Zeng Zhen came up with 5 straight points. Immediately on the sidelines, D'Antoni also stormed out, changed defense faster after blocking. Sun made it too easy for Zeng Zhen to hit the block. The fans at Staples Arena continued to cheer. Suns offense again. Nash dribbles to the front court and Nash gives the ball to Dio at the free throw line. Dio is a big, agile, fat guy with a well-rounded frame who can shoot, has the footwork, and passes great, but is just a little short for his height. Dio chose to break right after a false start against Bynum, and instead of losing position, Bynum gave Dio some interference. Dio gave the ball to Lagabelle in the bottom right corner. Lagabelle fakes a shot before giving the ball to Nash on the line. The offense is running out of time and Nash handles the ball. Zeng Zhen doesn't give confrontation either, just extends his long arm and interferes. The difference between Zeng Zhen and the original Curry is that he has a much longer arm than Curry. This has somewhat made Zeng Zhen's defensive talent better. Nash was bobbling around, finding a slight rhythmic difference and about to take a three-pointer. Nash is confident in his three-point shot. Guess Steve's three-point shot is back. No one wants to see him shoot. Fans were worried when they saw Nash take a shot. After all, Nash is really too steady. It's just that Zeng Zhen jumped almost at the same time as Nash. Zeng Zhen straightened his arms as much as he could. The fingertips of his right hand touched the basketball. The basketball arc changed. A 3-and-out, and Odom under the basket took control straight away. Cover, Zeng Zhen finished the cover. OMG. Odom, who was not idle on the court, saw Vujasic, who was coming down fast, and made a long pass directly to the pass. Vujasic's easy layup put the ball in the back of the net. 24-17, the fans at Staples Arena cheered wildly. Zeng Zhen also looked down at his hand, and he also felt a bit incredulous. It was like the first block of his NBA career, I think, and it went right to Nash. Zeng Zhen's blocking ability is almost a negligible kind, but he still managed to cover one with his positive attitude this time. Nash shook his head, he was still too careless. Nash went back for the ball, after he dribbled across the front court. Dio comes out to receive the ball and handoffs it back to Nash. Nash faces Bynum's mismatch, and he drills an arrow from the right side. Reaching the paint, Nash's sharpshooting jumper. On this shot he staggered Bynum's rhythm, and Bynum had absolutely nothing on him. The basketball arced through the air. Swish. 26-17. After Nash scored, he touched the side of his hair and turned around in style to head back to the defense. The Sun has just been beaten by the Lakers a wave of 7-0, but they did not panic at all, mainly because they believe in their own offensive ability. The Suns players believe in Nash. Nash also gave back. Laker offense. Zeng Zhen dribbled to the front court and gave the ball to Odom. Odom gives the ball to Walton. Wharton tries to break through but isn't much of a threat and he passes the ball back out. Zeng Zhen received the ball and continued to play blocking. Bynum lifts up and fails to block Lagabelle this time. Lagabelle gets an early read and circles away from the cover. It's just that Zeng Zhen slipped over to Vujasic's side, who knew Zeng Zhen's intentions, and he gave Zeng Zhen a cover. That delayed Lagabelle, and Nash switched to Zeng Zhen's defense. Vujasic quickly took Lagabelle away. Vujasic was having 3 points and Lagabelle didn't dare to put them away. Zeng Zhen saw that it was Nash coming to his defense, and immediately signaled to pull away for a 1-2. The fans at Staples Arena also encouraged Zeng Zhen when they saw this scene. After all, Nash is an MVP and Zeng Zhen is just a rookie. This type of young man who doesn't know what he's doing is an eye-catcher. Bang! Bang! Zeng Zhen once again showed his deft dribbling skills and kept pulling. Left. Right. Nash swayed to the rhythm of Zeng Zhen. It's just that Nash's defense isn't on the same level as Lagabelle's. Zeng Zhen quickly found an opening and accelerated a step to the right. Nash's center of gravity adjusts. Zeng Zhen gave Nash a confrontation, stomping down and pulling back to the three-point line in the process. There was an opening and Zeng Zhen made a quick three-point shot. The ball was flowing at a good pace, and Zeng Zhen didn't feel much pressure. Swish. An arrow through the heart. 26-20. Pause. This time it was D'Antoni's turn to call a halt to the game.